Hello, everybody, and welcome to my balloon interactive presentation. So, for this week, the experiment is to explain how you can make a unpoppable balloon or unflammable balloon. So, what you do for this experiment is two balloons. I've already blown them up here. One that's just full of air, and one which I have right here, which is partially full of water, as you can see right there. And I'm going to show you what happens when you take a lighter right here and hold it up to the balloons from underneath. So let me get a decent angle. A decent angle here, and watch what happens. As you can see, that balloon right there popped from the lighter being put right up to it. But let's see what happens when you put a lighter underneath the one that's full of water. I'm gonna try to a little bit of waves for myself so that I don't get wet. As you can see, it's not immediately popping at all. Let me relight this. If you can kind of see right here that there's a little bit of condensation right here at the bottom, but the balloon is not popped when I hold this lighter up from the bottom against the water. Watch what happens though when I hold it up against the air piece right here. Oop. And there we go. So, what happened there? The first balloon popped instantly when I lit a little bit of a flame underneath it, and it was full of air. The second one, it popped, but only after I held the my lighter right here up against the air portion of it. When I was holding it at the bottom with the water there, it was not popping. Why is that? Well, first of all, when I was blowing up the balloons outside, the temperature at the surroundings and the temperature of the air in the balloon was very likely the same temperature. So there was no force being applied in or out of the balloon. So when you apply a heat source to the balloon, the inside air of the balloon gets heated up very quickly. And whenever you apply heat to a confined space, like inside of a balloon, the air is going to want to expand outward because of the energy that's being introduced to it from the surroundings. And that air is going to want to expand or cool down until it meets up with the surrounding. That's why the first balloon popped pretty much immediately. Because with air, it's a lot easier to apply heat or convert to raise the temperature of plain old air than it is for the second balloon. Because when I held it up to water, the water was actually a little bit cold, and one thing to consider. I put cold water in that one, but even if you had the water at let's just say the same temperature as I have it out here, which is about looks like about 78, 79 degrees here. So even if the water was the same temperature as out here, one thing to consider is that the mass of water is denser than that of air. So it takes longer for a heat source to heat up of water by a single degree Celsius or Fahrenheit. It takes more energy to do that. And that's why with the balloon that had water in it, if you hold the light up to the bottom part of it where the water is, it doesn't pop right away because it's going to take a lot more energy for it to, first of all, even reach the temperature that I have it out here because I use cold water, and then even to warm the water up to a point where it was causing the air inside of the balloon to heat up and expand out in pressure, and the pressure would pop it. So that's why when I held it to the part of the balloon where there was air, it popped right away because obviously the air heated up really quickly and expansion happened. Whereas with the water, it was cold first of all, but assuming again it was room temperature, which is basically the outdoors right here, then it would have still taken a while for it to heat up enough that the pressure would have pushed it out enough that it would have started to pop. So anyway, that's this week experiment for unpoppable balloons, and hope you guys can enjoy this kind of fun at home. Talk to you later.